I saw it as an opportunity to kind of get reconnected to the franchise community ecosystem of suppliers, if you will. And you and I have known each other a long time. We've had very favorable relationship and dealings with each other. So if there was an opportunity to be a part of something you were starting, I wanted to be a part of it. I network some, I'm an EOS implementer, John, and as you know, and one of our core values is to help first. So I also saw it as an opportunity to kind of use my 45-ish years in franchising to help other people because I've been on all sides of it as a supplier, as a franchisee, and as a franchisor. So I hope to bring some of that and add some value to what you were trying to get started. I think the variety of business concepts that all are targeting the franchise industry is kind of a honeypot, if you will, in terms of a new frontier to to land new clients and scale their businesses. I think the group's been helpful to me. At least the discussions I've been in, I'm probably the most seasoned of all the participants. Um, what they may not have from a experience or years of experience standpoint, they bring a different perspective. And for me, one of the things that was helpful to me is kind of learning that I don't have to say yes to every opportunity and how to frame putting up boundaries, if you will, of saying no or helping people in a different way that isn't as big of a commitment for me. So getting comfortable with that, I guess. I think they helped reinforce in me the belief that I needed to be more deliberate about blocking out my calendar in ways that allow me to have the kind of balance I want between helping clients, honing my craft, and also having time to do other things in my life. I think you've got a really nice format to that, John, and I appreciate the group that we've been in. I feel that, the folks have taken it pretty seriously, so they do the pre-work that you ask of us, which allows you to facilitate a better meeting when everybody's put some thought into what they're looking for in the meeting. So I think that's been terrific. I think the discussion is well balanced. You do a nice job, managing the time, if you will, and keeping people within the foul lines of discussion. And yeah, so I just think it's got a nice tempo to it, and it's you start on time, you end on time. That's a big deal with us EOS guys, so I appreciate that. I would say the variety of the businesses that come, the sizes of the business. You have some very small companies that are acting as suppliers to the franchise community, as well as some pretty substantial organizations in terms of employee counts. Um, I think, that we have a variety of people that own their business and other people that are leading key departments or areas of the business, and that's a nice variety to get. And I like that there's a little bit of EOS background in there too, so I can speak into my people. So when I was leading large franchise or organizations, one of the things that I experienced was people coming to you with a product that they were sure was ready for prime time with your system, right? And when you're leading the franchisor, your credibility is on the line all the time with your franchisees. And you build trust by doing things that are in their best interest, and you lose trust by doing things that you rush out that aren't ready for prime time yet. So the people that aren't right for this group are the ones that come to it thinking they have a product, but it really hasn't been vetted and isn't ready for prime time within the franchise community. It's not scalable, so to speak. I think it's a great way to develop your perspective. I think you, John, do a nice job rounding out, making sure we don't have too much of one industry being represented in a given mastermind group. They need to be willing to commit. I would think you set expectations with them before they join that, they need to be at 75% or more of the meetings and be fully engaged for the meetings. And that they're willing to be, you know, it's not a leads group, so to speak, in any stretch, but it has elements to it where if you can help someone else get in the door somewhere, you want to be able to do that. and you give and receive the benefit of the group. People tend to look at franchising as like it's one thing, and
Yeah.
franchising is a format to allow 1,000 different concepts go to market. So not every supplier's product is going to fit all of those concepts, right?
Yeah.
And to
Definitely.
recognize that, so you're not bringing something to a franchisor that doesn't really, without you really understanding the industry that they're in or the customer base that they're serving.